Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Sarah. What is up? How are you all doing? Come on into me, let's have some fun. If you are not new here, then welcome back. Don't think I'd forget about you either. Come in, we'll have some fun too. I would absolutely love if you could hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoy any of my videos, give it a big thumbs up. Today I thought I would do this very kind of neutral smoky eye, which is very easy, beginner friendly, I would hope. It was a bit requested on my Instagram as I put up a mini review of the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Velvet Rose palette, and this is the look I came up with. So if you are interested in checking out how I got this look, then keep on watching. Oh man, I am not enjoying how red my cheeks are. It is cold outside, lads. Freezing. Baltic. Just home from work and yeah, it's freezing. My cheeks, my nose are really red because it's so cold out. But we will put a bit of makeup on and we will tackle this redness. The primer that I've chosen to use today is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I absolutely love the stuff. I brought it away with me to Rome in the 35-degree heat and it kept my makeup on all day. I don't know what is in this stuff, but it is magic. If you haven't tried it, I would say you're missing out. But I'm on a no buy, so if you don't need primer, don't buy it. I find this just keeps my oils at bay really well. Now, I mean, come on, I have seriously dry skin, so I wouldn't really say I have that many oils to combat. But as I've been getting older, I find that in around my chin gets oily really quickly, and so does my nose. My nose? Yes, my nose. My nose gets oily really quickly. But then I still have the usual areas in around my cheeks get really dry and in between my eyebrows. So if I can get away with not putting too much product there that might cling, then that's perfect. But this primer is great. So I just make sure that I lash loads of that and pat it right in to the areas that I get most oily. As this is a pore filling primer, it's very silicone-y feeling. I find it's best if you actually pat it onto the skin as opposed to rubbing, as that will make sure that it really kind of gets into those pores and just fills them right up for you. Next, we're moving on to foundation, and the foundation I'm going to use today is the Bourjois Healthy Mix. I just said I'd use this one because I haven't really used it in a while, and I really like this foundation for days that I don't want to wear too much makeup. It doesn't have, I mean, the full list of coverages, but I kind of prefer lately foundations that kind of give me a little bit of coverage but aren't too heavy. So this is really good for days that I really don't want to feel like I'm wearing a lot of makeup. A word of warning though, if you do have very oily skin, as this is a very kind of dewy foundation and it tends to even go oily on me fairly quickly. So if you are of an oilier skin type, I'm not too sure if this would be the one for you. If you have dry skin, do you hear me? I have dry skin. If you have oily skin and you've tried this, how did you get on? I'd be really interested to hear about how you guys have gotten on with this foundation. So I'm really just kind of patting that on with my brush. I don't want to make too many kind of stroking movements, as that will kind of agitate the dry skin that's already there, and we really want to push the product into the skin. We don't want any drag marks or anything like that. So I find personally that pushing the product in is the best way for me. Make sure it goes right down the neck, covering over the ears and up into the hairline, because God knows we do not want any marks see what real colour we are. And then once that's all on, then you can kind of go in and go over any areas that you feel like you need a little bit extra coverage. Again, as I said, I really just like this foundation for days that I just want to kind of even out my skin tone and not look too heavy or cakey. This is a really good one. Next, I'll go in with a bit of concealer, and this is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage 12-Hour Liquid Concealer. And I'm just gonna run that all underneath the eyes. And any areas that I kind of want to highlight, so just on the bridge of my nose and a bit on my chin, and then anywhere that I have any blemishes, so I have a few spots here and I have a few spots just here and one there. Ugh, it's just after that time of the month, TMI guys, but yeah, I'm suffering from a few breakouts, all right. You know how it is, being a woman and all that jazz. I'm just going to pop a bit on my eyelids as well, just to act as an eyeshadow base for later on when we start to use the palette. Then taking my fuchsia, oh god, I never even said, I took my fuchsia liquid buffer brush to put on my foundation, and I'm going to just use it again to buff out the concealer. Again, I'm just kind of tapping it into the skin. No kind of swirling motions, just because I don't want to leave any streaks. I personally love this concealer. I mean, first of all, can we talk about the price? I mean, it's only like $3.50 or something in Pennies or your local pharmacy. And I find it just works like a dream. It doesn't crease on me. It doesn't settle into fine lines. It's really high coverage. And I mean, for the price, I mean, what more could you want from a concealer? I've repurchased it quite a few times now at this stage, and it's just one that I keep reaching for over and over again. Then I'll just buff that over the eyes as well, just to leave a base for our eyeshadows. Then onto my brows, and I'm going to be using my Primark, or Pennies as we call it here in Ireland, brow sketch. So with the little spoolie on one end and the little fine tip pen on the other. I'm going to give my brows a quick brush through and then go in with my pencil. I recently got my eyebrows done, and shout out to Claire in Natasha's. She did an absolutely fantastic job, and also shout out to Jill, because I think I've been converted. Yeah, if you live in Dublin and particularly you're in around Swords, check out Natasha's. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. I should have taken my friend's advice sooner. So I just went in and finished off my brows with the Pennies brow sketch. You are probably sick to death of me mentioning this pencil on my channel and on my Instagram page, but I will mention it one more time because it's absolutely a winner chicken dinner in my book. The pencil side is just so fine, and it's so accurate at being able to just get a really precise line on your brows. And then with the spoolie on the other end, come here to me, we're always losing our spoolies. After the brow sketch then, I just went in with my Essence Make Me Brow, just to give a little bit more natural look to my brows. It's just this little spoolie brush, very similar to the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus. It's just brow fibre gel, essentially, just to plump up your brows and make them look a little bit more fluffy and natural looking. Then we move on to eyeshadow, and I am using none other than the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Velvet Rose palette. I think this is supposed to be a dupe on the Anastasia Beverly Hills, I think it's the Soft Glam palette. And if you put the two side by side, they do look very, very similar. I recently put up a little mini review of this on my Instagram page, and a lot of you wanted to see it in action. So I thought, what better way than to come on and do a little tutorial with it. So the first shade I'm going in with is this cream shade up here on my big fluffy Morphe M504 brush. just to put down as a base, just to set all of that concealer that we had on our lids. No precision with this one needed, just whack it all over the eyes. It's just to set down that concealer so it's not as tacky. Next up, I think I'm going to go in with this sort of a warm brown transition shade on the same brush. Just tap off any excess and just in big circles, just whack this through the crease nearly right up to the brow bone. This is just to act as a transition, just to get every other colour that we put down to blend seamlessly into one another. Then I'm just doing the same thing on the other eye. Big fluffy circles, not holding the brush too close to the tip, just to make sure that we get a really nice blend. And then whatever's left on the brush, just run that underneath the eyes. So I just took that same shade and just popped that right underneath both eyes, just to bring it all together. Then with a slightly smaller Morphe brush, this is the M505 brush, I'm going to go into this kind of a burnt rusty orange colour. And the same thing, just pop a bit on your brush, tap off the excess and go right into the crease. But this time we're not doing as big of circles and kind of keeping it as close to the crease as possible and going right underneath where we placed down that last shadow. These eyeshadows just blend like a dream. Just doing the little circles and everything just comes together. And then just doing the same thing, running that right underneath the eyes. Then I just did the same thing on the other eye. So I brought that rusty colour right into the crease and just blended it using my little circles and brought it right underneath the eye. So then taking another even smaller Morphe brush, this is my M506 brush, I'm going into this kind of chocolatey brown colour here and just placing that on the outer part of my eye. We're going to stamp that on and once again just do the little circles and keeping them ever so tight into the crease. Then just to soften everything out a little bit more, I'm going back in with my original Morphe brush and I'm just going over top of all of that just to make sure that it's all lovely and blended together. My apologies also if the lighting isn't the best. Coming into springtime, I'm losing light really quickly. I come home at 4 o'clock, so bear with me. Hopefully we can get through it. I'm just doing the same thing on the other eye. Then with my ring finger, I'm just going to press into this beautiful kind of rose goldy colour here and pop that all over kind of the inner corner to about 3/4 of the way across the lid. To make sure that's all nice and blended, I'm just going in with that small brush that we used the dark colour on and I'm just going to pat over the area between the glitter, or the shimmer shade rather, and where the eyeshadow starts, just so that there's no kind of harshness there. Just patting the brush there, no rubbing or pressing, just patting and patting, and eventually it'll all just kind of seamlessly blend together. once that's done, then I'm going to take a little kind of a packer brush. This is the Ollie brush from Nima, and I'm going to go into this gold shade down the bottom and just pop that in the inner corner of the eye. The lighting unfortunately is after changing on me there now. Hopefully when I do more videos like this in the future, I'll have better lighting. And I'm really sorry, but bear with me. I promise I will get better down the line. So once I have the eyes basically done, I like to go in with a little bit of the Essence kohl liner in the shade, I think it's Wide Awake. Again, I've said this in previous videos, it's all kind of worn away on me there. I really should check what this is, but I just keep forgetting every time. But I absolutely love this liner just for popping in the inner corners of your eyes, just to brighten everything up even more. And you can probably see already the difference that that liner makes to your eyes. It just makes you look more awake and alert, and even makes your eyes look bigger. So once you've got your liner on, it's time for a bit of mascara, and I just had to use this one. It's the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. This is an absolute holy grail of mine. I know it is expensive, yes it is, but it is expensive for a reason. This stuff stays in my lashes like no other, and it's just one of my favorite all-time mascaras. I actually think it might be time for me to buy a new one of these, because this one's getting just a little bit clumpy, and it's kind of been open for a few months now, so it might be time to repurchase her. So that is one coat on both eyes, and I genuinely don't think I need any more. I'm super happy with that mascara. I love it, and I think I will love it till the day I die. Moving on to bronzer, I'm going in with my Luna by Lisa Pearl and Glow palette. As you can see, this is very well loved, and it's well loved for such a good reason. Shades in here are so good, and the powders just blend out so easily. So I'm just taking the bronzer shade on my brush and just working from my cheekbone down to where my eye starts, and always move it upwards. Then around my temples, my forehead, and work it back down and under the jaw to get rid of them double chins. And the same on the other side, working down from your ear, stopping where your eye kind of starts here, around the temples and the forehead, and under the jawline. I like to run just a little bit on either side of the nose, just to give a more kind of tanned appearance. Using the same brush then, my BH Cosmetics big fluffy blusher brush, I'm going in with the blush from the palette, which is a beautiful kind of corally colour, which gives a beautiful sheen to the skin. Kind of similar to NARS Orgasm, I believe. I've heard online, though now I haven't actually used it myself, so I wouldn't know. But I just love this blush. Beautiful coral colour. Then onto highlight. Again, sticking with the same palette. Big old highlighter in the middle here. So I'll just take some on my Real Techniques setting brush, tap off a little bit, and just swipe that over the cheekbones. Beautiful glow this gives. Unfortunately, as I'm running out of light, you can't really tell on the tip of the nose, but you should be able to see now on this side. I'm really hoping that's picking up there for you, because it's just stunning in person. A little bit on the Cupid's bow, and that's about it for highlighter for me. Don't like to go too over the top, yet you can't skip highlighter, can you? Nah, there's just no way. Then last but not least, it's on to lipstick, and Who could have guessed it? It's Velvet Teddy by MAC. And then just to top everything off, I'm going in with my Kiko Milano gloss in the shade 09. How stunning is that combination? And that, my dears, is the finished look. So just a big, massive thank you to you all for watching this far. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.